All right. It looks like we're live. Okay,
hmm
okay, okay. So let me just. All right. So welcome to the Bad Slave podcast. We are now on episode 8, I believe, and this is part 3 with Brixton Jesus, backed by popular demand as well. So big up to Brixton Jesus because them clips have been doing very well, and like I want to say, big up to all the people. You see, my channel's new, yeah. So big up to all the people who came to support the channel because there ain't no big audience on this channel. So big up all the people who came to help me make an audience. You get me? So big up to Brixton Jesus, Bait Nate, big up to Anti-Racist Mums, Monique Gregory, Sam Gregory, big up to Jamie P. But yeah, like this is what it's all about basically. Having proper dialogue and talking about things that a lot of these other podcasts don't want to cover. You see it? Um, so yeah, what are you saying, Brixton Jesus?
Boy, family Medea, thanks again for having me.
Come on.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah,
Big up to everyone over at Bad Slave headquarters because I know that this is your grind, but I know that it takes more than one person to make everything happen.
you get me. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And we want
yeah,
to make sure that we always give credit to those, even if we don't name them by name. We want to give credit to all the working parts that make an operation sustainable.
100%. Because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and it ain't just with me. Like with a lot of people, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see. There's a lot of people that are working that aren't jumping in front of the camera for clout. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Facts.
you know what I mean. This is
They
what you
don't
need.
want to be seen. They just want to do the work.
Exactly, exactly. So one of the things I wanted to speak about today. So there was a clip going around on BBC One Extra. If I'd
hmm
been a bit more organized, I would have had this clip at hand, but not to worry too much. So
Don't worry. In future, we'll have these things on hand and ready. That's
we
the
will, we
plan.
will. But this is just I only caught this on the way I was going to Plymouth today. So I was on the
Mm.
train and I was having a little back and forward with a couple of lads from Devon, and I can I won't read their comments because I haven't got their comments at hand. I don't think anyway. Um, but what the woman was saying was that in British education, 1 in 3 children in school now. So this isn't talking about 1 in 3 people in the UK are of
Mm.
foreign descent. This is saying in the UK schools, this is countrywide, 1 in 3 students are of foreign descent, right? That's the national average. So what her argument was that um, are schools guilty of promoting cultural whiteness? Um, that's what she said. That's what was quoted in the article. I can't whether she used that or not. I'm not too sure. Um, we can get into the terminology of using that term instead of just saying in culturally English. Yeah. But what some people were saying was that because a lot of Asian and a lot of African kids are doing well in school, are amongst some of the top. They're trying to make out like dismissing what she's saying. Um, and I'm basically my whole point was you kind of missed the point. They're not saying that they're they're not saying that they're making it to benefit Asian or black people. They're just saying that they want to make the education system culturally inclusive. So whilst they're teaching, your British history, your 1066, various things that we learn in school, you know, you would mix it up with some Pakistani history and some, do you know what I mean? Like when you think about it, countries like we've grown up with people from countries, yeah. We know nothing about these people's countries. Well, we didn't learn anything about these people's countries in school. Do you see what I'm saying? But we might know 100 man from this country. You understand? So this is kind of what the debate was, and there was a lot of people in their point of view, basically. Um, so what's your take on it? I know it's a bit of a awkward kind of question, but what is your take on the whole situation?
It's not awkward for me at all.
Okay.
And I'm glad that this is part 3
Yeah,
because in part 1 and part 2, I told you that my uncle Kweku, Prophet Kweku,
yeah,
took all of his nieces and nephews to Golden Nubia Pan African Saturday School
yeah,
in order to teach us our culture and make sure that we know who we are, as well as our history, the glorious history that we have, and that it didn't start at slavery. That is when our history was interrupted.
yeah,
We also supplemented key skills, um, English language, mathematics, sciences, literacy, and numeracy were also supplemented and supported. Um,
yeah,
so Saturday school wasn't just about back to Africa. It was also about making sure that our education was balanced and we weren't falling behind. Now,
yeah,
I didn't have that issue at school because I was always there. Primary school, I was number one,
mm,
undisputed.
yeah,
Secondary school, pardon me, I'm like between top 3, top 5. High school, I'm like top 2, top 3, between top 3, top 5. Around the times when I start dropping from 1 to top 3 to top 5 is when a lot of stuff was going on in my life. Even before then, I was still number one when being moved between different countries.
that's it,
But
yeah,
when you start having to study for exams and things like that,
mm,
my life was chaotic and it interrupted a lot. However, I still did academically very well at
yeah,
high school. Yeah, I
yeah,
was still a scholar. Yeah,
yeah.
and
So sorry to interrupt you.
go on.
Would you say that your background though was very like academia orientated, like you were
No,
pushed towards it,
no,
like no adults around you pushed you towards academia?
no. I was self-led.
Yeah.
But while I was self-led and I was hungry to learn, that was supported and supplemented by the adults around me. So when I was
Okay.
a child, as a
Yeah. Yeah.
prodigy, my genius was fostered by those who saw it around me. All of my uncles, my grandmas, I would eat through books.
Mm.
So I was constantly given different things to read. They would challenge me. So at 5, 6 years old, at the breakfast or dinner table, my granddad would have me reading the Financial Times and
Okay.
spreadsheets because my granddad used to invest. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So once, the simple stuff wasn't really challenging me anymore. Plus, grandma had me reading the Bible as well. So I'm
Which
learning
is,
old
yeah.
English,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I had a natural desire and hunger to learn. And
Yeah.
again, this was fostered by the people around me, my
But
uncles, my
these
grandparents.
yeah,
Go on.
these tools were available to you. That you like the fact that your granddad had the Financial Times laying around, as opposed to like a next man might have grown up and had the sun or the mirror. Do you see
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
always tell you, and I'll say it again. When we look at the results, remember that children are the results. Children are the fruit
Mm,
that we bear. So when we see spoilt fruit or damaged fruit,
mm,
the first thing that we need to look at is the source. When we see
mm.
children that are underperforming, the first thing that we need to look at is the parents and
Okay.
what
Yeah.
kind of home they are growing up in. Because I came out of a broken home. I'm telling you that I was with my grandparents.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't have my mother or father
Mm,
waking up every day in the house with me during my early formative years. You
mm.
understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I had all of that going on. They did
Mm,
what they could, and they did a lot for me because without my grandparents, give thanks to the Almighty, I don't know where I would be right now.
mm.
Yeah. Give thanks to the contribution that my uncles provided as well, because I said this as well. Boys and girls, they don't just need the male and female role model of mum and dad. Yeah, boys need male role models in uncles,
Mm.
godfathers, big brothers, big cousins, and even older friends. We get different layers of wisdom from each of these different people. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that make us a well-rounded, complete individual. Women, girls, they need it from mom, they need it from auntie, they need it from big sis, big cuz, and some of their older friends to give them some of the game as well. All right. So it literally does take a village to raise a child. And what I will say in terms of the education and how it is so European or white is we live in a white country,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
education should be predominantly serving the indigenous
Yeah.
people, the
Major-
majority.
majority. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah.
Get with the program or get lost.
Yeah. No, but
Now, no.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
me finish.
Oh, go
Please
on,
let
go
me
on,
finish.
go on, go on,
Please don't end because I'm answering the question. It was a long,
yeah,
complicated question.
go on, go on.
Please let me finish and answer it completely
Yeah, yeah.
because this is important. And
Mm,
this is why I laid out the context of my people taking responsibility,
mm,
not to rely on the education system to educate me about my culture, but to take steps towards making sure I was educated. They
yeah,
made sure that happened. So I don't under so what I'm saying is it's not the school system's job to educate your children on their culture.
I
It's
see.
your job.
Yeah,
However,
yeah,
yeah, what I say is this: the nature of the population has changed, it has become more diverse, and there shouldn't be a one size fits all supplementary aspect of the education to introduce everybody to foreign cultures because you need to go by the population of each school. So I
mm,
have a logical, viable solution that doesn't totally derail the national education for the majority, but gives a little insight to the other cultures that are now part of this great melting pot of society that I love. Okay.
yeah.
So my suggestion is that in every class, the nationality or heritage of every student is noted.
Mm,
And throughout the school year, each child should have a day to present their culture. If their parents are able to, maybe provide some food or snacks from that culture,
mm-hmm.
present a project that represents their culture. Every student in the class. And the reason why is because we can look at white people or European or Caucasian people, but they're not all the same either.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
So they should have a chance to, you understand what I'm saying? Speak on their, every student in the class. There's about
yeah.
30 students in a class on average. Throughout a school year, there's more than enough time for every
Mm,
student in the class to have their day. And if some students say, well, I haven't got that much, I just got this, then you can have blocks of students that share one day because they don't have necessarily that much to present.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And if you know all the different nationalities, you can have, say, Jamaica Day, where all the children of Jamaican descent contribute to that Jamaica Culture Day. Barbados Day,
mm,
this day, that day, but it should be specific to the students who are in that class.
I hear.
Yeah.
What I will say, yeah.
Go
So
on.
I know like, my kids in school in Hackney, yeah. Well, yeah, and I know not that long ago actually, like in the summer, they did have a culture day in it. Yeah. So I think it was throughout the country anyway. They was having. I'm not too familiar, but
I know
they,
what that is, and I don't agree with the culture day and everyone's doing their thing because everyone's not going to be able to retain all that information.
yeah, yeah, of course. I don't think it was even. I think it's more just turn up in your
Yeah.
country's
The thing is,
flag or
I'm not
whatever.
against it, but that
Yeah,
doesn't help everybody
but
really
but
retain the information.
but yeah. But what I was gonna say is that caused problems though as well. You know that
Mm.
caused a couple problems with the apparently. I don't know how true this is. This was why I kind of want to have this show to get into a lot of these things. Yeah. So couple people were saying their kid was sent home for turning up in the Union Jack on this day. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is something that happened. This is less than a year ago. I can't remember the exact location and time or whatever, but it's something we could easily find. Um, but yeah, so they have had certain things. But what you're saying is have it so like once a week have something. You know what I mean? So maybe this week have
I'm not even
India
saying
Day.
no, I'm not even saying this week or I haven't decided how it's structured. It should be structured according to the
Mm,
nationality of the students in every single particular class, is what
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying. In
Mm-hmm.
in in either the first year of juniors in primary school or the first year in secondary school, there should be a culture week or culture 2 weeks where each day all the different students from all the different cultures
Yeah.
and nationalities present their thing. And that should be a thing that is set aside. It shouldn't be one culture day. Everyone's not going to remember everyone's. You have your particular day for your particular cultures, and there will normally be more than one person from each nationality. Okay, and for those who are different nationalities, you can group 3 to 4 or 5 students in one school day to present their culture. Do you understand? And over 5 days, that's 25.
Shit, what's going on?
5 students. There's 30 days in it. There's 30 kids in a class. There's 35 kids. Make it 7 students per day. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they each get an hour to present their culture week, and make sure all the cultures are represented. 7 students a day, 1 week out of the whole school year in first year. That way, all the students going throughout who are going to complete this education with these kids, they all know each other and where each other comes from. They've tasted each other's cuisine. They've seen each other's cultural dress.
Yeah.
They've heard the language. They've heard you understand what I'm saying? That is a realistic, viable solution. There is absolutely no reason why anyone should be sent away for wearing the flag of St. George or the Union Jack. Because this should incorporate everyone.
Yeah, of course. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I wanted to also speak up, because what this was bringing up, it was bringing up like two-tier Britain, two-tier policing kind of conversations as well. Do you see what I'm saying? What's your because I've heard a lot of people say, you've heard the two-tier care and all that, right? This is a mad one. Like, what's your thoughts on all that? Like,
I'm not gonna comment on it because I don't know exactly the particulars.
See, this is what
I know what the gist of it is, but I don't know exactly the particulars. In order for me to comment on something, I need to know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I want the particulars, because I even had someone who said to me that the Met Police had, when I put this post up, he said the Met Police had admitted to two-tier policing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, to be fair to you, one, I want to say this. People who are not citizens of the United Kingdom should face harsher penalties for committing crimes in the United Kingdom, because you're a foreigner. And you've left where you are to come over and commit crime in another country. I don't care what race, creed, or color you are. I know one thing. When I go to another nation, I make sure that I am on my best behavior.
100.
I don't want to piss any of the locals off.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to make sure that I behave myself, and I represent Jamaica and I represent Great Britain, because those are the 2 nationalities that made me who I am. I was born and pretty much raised here. I was raised under Jamaican household law and governance. I lived in Jamaica. I'm very much Jamaican apart from tax and immigration purposes. The boy can't deport me. My grandmother made sure that all our paperwork was in order. A lot of people are getting deported because your people never made sure your shit was in order. I'm not saying it's okay. What I'm saying is that there are levels to everything, and at some point, everyone needs to be held accountable. Everybody.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And people who come over to the UK from another country, especially if you're seeking asylum, if they are caught committing crime, their sentences and their punishments should be very harsh, and they should be deported.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think
So what I'm saying is, if two-tier policing is more based on that, I don't have a problem with it. But I don't have the particulars. And what I do know is the two-tier policing that I do know about is basically institutionally racist policing, which I have been subjected to. But I've also been subjected to peace officers being very helpful and supportive.
Yeah. So this is what I've been trying to, like you said, I've been trying to get to the particulars of it, because I've heard a lot of talk about it. And like you said, I understand what it's like to be on the receiving end of police injustice. You understand? What a lot of people, I think a lot of people do feel victimized by the police and that, but I feel like they feel like the police are giving everyone else a pass. And to be honest, me being where I am, it's hard for me to even gauge. I don't know what goes on in London anymore. Do you know what I mean? I only know what goes on around me. Me personally, don't have problem with any police. Don't commit crimes to have problems with the police either. So it's one of them ones. I'm not gonna. When I was younger, especially in London, I used to get, not always, but I have had been stopped and searched more times than I can even remember. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that's not everyone's reality, but that was definitely in London and also in other places around the country. Do you see what I'm saying?
Hold on, bro. Let me just sort
Yeah,
out my
no
camera.
worries, no worries. It's all good. Let me read this report because this is quite a new article,
Mm-hmm.
and it's from LBC, and this is what I think the guy was referring to
Mm.
when he said that the police have admitted it. So it says, damning report into the Met calls for London Mayor Sadiq Khan to be stripped of control over two-tier policing claims. The report claims police chose to prioritise the rights and freedom of protesters over the rights of ordinary people. So it says right-wing think tank Policy Exchange has said the Metropolitan Police has prioritised the rights of demonstrators over the public at large, failing to make arrests, leaving Londoners to believe the forces of law and order have lost control of the streets and yielded control to a mob. The report, titled A Long, Long Way to Go, centres on Commissioner Sir Mark Rowley's first 3 years in office, highlighting the drop in public confidence in the Met despite all-time low violent crime numbers. According to the report, residents of the capital now believe there is a culture of impunity to crime in London. So I get where this guy is coming from now, because it's coming from an article which is referring to a right-wing think tank. So it wasn't the police who admitted it. It was a right-wing think tank that has accused the police of this and has held the mayor, Sadiq Khan, accountable for it. So I don't know if that classes as an admission from the police. So to be honest, yeah, if anyone's even in the chat or anything, like, can give us
Well,
an
put it
example
this
of this.
way. A few years back, I think it might have been 2017, but I'm not exactly sure what the year was.
Yeah,
When Cressida Dick was the police commissioner,
yeah,
she admitted it. It was in the Evening Standard and every major news outlet that she admitted the police were institutionally racist.
yeah,
That
but that,
wasn't news to anyone who's been on the receiving end of it.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, okay, I see.
So when we're talking about they've admitted to two-tier police, and yeah, so they've admitted it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah,
when they're admitting it, they're saying, yeah, we did it. Fuck is you
yeah.
gonna do?
So yeah, so what they're saying, so because like I said, I can't speak from the perspective. The reason
Mm,
why I even wanted other people to come on, because I can't speak from the perspective of a white English person.
mm.
So I can't, you know what I mean? If I can't speak from that perspective, so anything that's being directed at them is not being directed at me. So I'd have to ask them what's really going on. But I think it's a case of they've not been aware of police injustice up until the point of it's affected them, sort of thing. I
Mm.
don't know, because I've never heard a lot of the people that I've heard saying these things. I've never heard them complain about any kind of other police injustice. It's only now where they're claiming. But I don't know. I find it a very like I find it a reach, me personally, in it. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people say, "No, this is not the case," but I find it a reach. Don't get me wrong. I think there are laws where, don't get me wrong, if you live in Britain, regardless of who you are, you're getting fucked either way just by living here. The way the law is dealing with pretty much everyone here. Um, the whole argument is if these next people, foreigners, getting special treatment. I mean, is that the case? Because obviously we've heard it with the hotels. We've had a load of drama with the hotels and people turning up to hotels claiming that, these people living in hotels for free and getting given mobile phones. This is what they've been saying. Yeah, I'm not saying what
Well, I'm
I've
gonna
seen.
say this, bro. I'm gonna say this. I'm British by nationality, officially. Okay, I
Mm-hmm,
was born here. My mum and dad were both born here. I'm second generation
mm,
born. You understand? And what I can say from my own experience is that I've worked, I've paid my tax and national insurance contributions. And in order for me to get some sort of help and support when I was in my time of need, I had to literally throw a wobbly and say, yo, enough is enough now, because we've got all of these people coming in from different countries.
Yeah.
And you're giving them all of these things that you named, which is a fact. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get housed. I've been in and
Yeah.
out of homelessness since I was 15, 16. And I can't get any help or support.
Yeah.
The amount of money that I've spent on private rent since the age of 16 years old is
Mm-mm.
crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. And I'm not saying that it's anyone's job to support me. However, I was working and paying tax from 16 years old on official payroll in this country.
Mm-mm.
I've had periods in between, but for the most part, I've been a working class contributor.
Yeah.
And I can say firsthand that a big part of my case of when I went through my last period of homelessness was saying, what the hell is going on? You lot are doing everything for everyone except those who were born here and worked and paid tax and national insurance.
But do you think that is? Do you think? Because I noticed this when I was in London, right? So you do think this is due to different communities, right, being more organized amongst
No,
themselves and
no,
organizing
no,
themselves within the
no.
public
I'll answer
sector?
the question. No,
No,
bruv.
no,
No.
no. All right, cool. All right, cool, cool, cool.
The
Cool.
government giving them fucking everything has got nothing to do with these people coming over being more organized, bro.
No, no, but what I mean is though, it's like you see, like okay, I used to live in Southwark, right? So I go Southwark Council, for instance. Southwark Council is predominantly Nigerian people working there. You understand? So if I was working in Southwark
Let me
Council,
just answer the question, bro. Let's just stop all the meandering. I'm gonna just break it all down real fucking fast, man. Yeah? Because all this meandering is getting on my fucking nerves. Bro, listen, yeah? We know the Nigerians are the fucking 419ers, bro. We know
mm,
this. Stop
mm,
acting like we don't know. You all know. Yes, you.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
the people of Nigerian descent. Yes, you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay? Now we
yeah,
know the negative side of the Jamaican man them or the gun man them. Yes, we know. We
yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
So if I can own, that there's some fuckery that comes from my part,
yeah,
you
yeah,
all need to own that there's fuckery coming from your part, the
I-
Asian community. Hold on,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Asian community.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let's not pretend that these grooming gangs in your community don't exist, bro.
yeah.
Too many of them have been busted.
Mm, 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 mm.
And I'm not saying that these kind of things don't happen in all communities, but let's just for a moment pretend that we all have some common sense and stop acting like certain stereotypes don't exist for a reason.
Yeah,
All right. Now,
yeah,
we know the fraudsters are going to get in the white collar world. We know that the Africans have been frauding the whole housing scheme and benefit system better than anyone else, and the Asians as well. Yeah, the Jamaicans and the Caribbeans, they've been left behind in that department. I'm not crying about it.
mm, mm, mm.
I'm not crying about it at all. What I'm talking about specifically to my yard people, specifically, is refugees being allowed to come over, being given asylum, being given plush, fresh apartments, hotels, all of that stuff, while people like myself have had to go through all sorts of madness and would have been dead if we were relying upon any kind of help and support that we were legally and lawfully entitled to as a result of the tax and national insurance contributions that I have paid in.
Yeah. So
Anytime a working person has to claim benefit, they're not claiming benefit from other taxpayers. That's their own money
mm,
that
mm,
they're
mm.
getting some of in their time of need. And most working class people don't want to be living off of benefits anyway, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Understand what I'm saying?
Of
So what
course.
I'm saying is we need to separate the people who come over, practice group economics, and get organized to benefit their community from the people that come over and the government's just giving them everything.
Okay.
We need to separate those two things.
Yeah.
And yes,
So-
both of those things are happening.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yes, as a British national, it pisses me off because it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, blue, yellow, or green. We are all affected by this.
Yeah. So the people coming, are they somewhere specific? Is it like, like one specific country, or is it just all anyone that's flooding in at the moment? Because obviously I know at the moment you've got man coming across on dinghies and everything.
I'm
So
gonna be 100% real with you. Yeah, you see, anytime you see a mass importation, yeah,
yeah,
of different nationalities. What is
Yeah.
happening is that the government are trying to create a new underclass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that they can pay less,
Mm.
and the people that are going to suffer are the British
Mm.
because these people will accept less,
Yeah.
and they've got certain deals that they make it cushy for them.
Mm.
Pardon me, in order to help them rise so much faster. Now, the building industry, I can tell you this, my grandfather was one of these men, was heavily populated by a lot of Jamaican and West Indian men.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the British didn't like it. There was a lot of racism that my granddad and a lot of his peers went through, but they did excellent work. My granddad was flown out from country to country with his crew based on the level of the quality of work that he was doing. At 15 years old, I built a house with him in Jamaica, next to the house that he originally built, that I lived in.
Yeah.
After they retired and went out there to live, I went out there and lived with them for 3 years, and it was the most beautiful 3 years of my life, bro. Yeah.
Mm.
But what I can say is that my grandparents worked really hard. My granddad worked Monday to Friday on building sites. My grandma worked in Dulwich Hospital cleaning toilets, done a few more jobs. Then she worked in Littlewoods.
Mm.
While my grandma was in Littlewoods, they would have her train people. And then the same people that she was training, they would promote them and make them managers over her, telling her what to do.
See,
She said this was specific. She said particularly white and Asian people.
we're gonna
Yeah.
get to something in a minute as well. Just
Now
remind.
my granddad and all of his people rebuilt this country after it had been bombed to fuck by the war, especially the city of London. And then now this building industry has been taken over completely by Romanians and Polish. And I've worked with Polish people. Polish people have broken bread with me during the lockdown and paid me like what? Paid me £100 a day cash.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? For 8 hours.
Mm.
Light. And when I say the work was light, it was light work. Yeah, it was a bit of labor. Yeah, it was a bit of heavy lifting, but it wasn't slave labor. Yeah. And this was just based on a relationship that I had with neighbors and me being proactive and saying, look, I'm living out here now with my missus. I'm building my network and I'm building my value around it. Have you got any work for me? You know what I'm saying? I need some work, bro. And he's like, yeah, man, I can give you a few days of work. Paid me £300 for 3 days work. It wasn't even five. Was it 300 for 3? I think it was 500 for 5 days work, bro. And the work was easy. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying, bro? It was so easy. And I appreciated that because that 5 bills was important at the time for me. You understand? And it was a Polish man and he was a teacher back home, but he came over and he's just doing a lot of building and construction and extensions because that's what they all do. They all go through rites of passage over there where they're taught how to use tools and be men.
Mm.
Yeah, just like kids in Jamaica. Little kids in Jamaica are making bottles with glass bottles with sand in it at 2, 3 years old, and they're not damaging themselves, bro. They just want to see it go boom. They're doing feats of engineering at 2, 3 years old, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
seen it myself.
Mm.
Walking, talking, full on conversations because they're raised with a common sense mentality.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not
That's it.
treated like babies. They're treated like human beings and young people that have sense. Yeah.
Mm.
So, in saying that, I think, yeah, a lot of people are being deliberately brought over to create a permanent underclass and to make it harder for the people over here who are born here or who are nationals or citizens to be able to earn a decent living. And this is why I encourage everyone to educate themselves and gain skills and do courses that give them qualifications that
Yeah.
make them more of an asset and make their options more wide,
Cool.
so that they can they can hold on, so that they can have more options of how to make money. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So basically, life is gonna get tougher in the future. Basically, by
100%. It's not getting
and
no easier.
yeah.
I was working during lockdown. During lockdown, I was outside. During lockdown, a lot of people were balling saying they couldn't get no work. I was doing work that I didn't necessarily want to do, but I was working because I wanted to be working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone that was saying that they couldn't get no work during lockdown, more than likely wasn't working before lockdown.
100%. They were
Do you
loving it.
understand? Do you
But
understand what I'm saying?
enough lazy people were loving lockdown, bruv. Don't get it twisted. Enough people were sitting there
Even I was to
posting.
a certain degree, but I wasn't one of those people that was furloughed. Because I've been
Yeah.
self-employed I've been self-employed for about 15 years, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not one of those people who is furloughed.
Of course.
So I needed to get out there, work and hustle to have money. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I didn't mind because I've
yeah.
never been work shit. I'm a working man, bro.
Mm. I ain't gonna lie. During lockdown, I did nothing for like 3 months. Yeah. All I did, you know, I did for 3 months solid training.
Mm.
Solid training.
That
You know
is
what I mean?
something, bro.
Yeah, a solid.
That is something. That's not nothing. That's
I
something
was doing
significant.
I was doing like 15K runs. I was doing boxing. You get me, I had the punch bag. I was doing, you know what I mean? I was literally like structuring my life around that, innit? So, but that
Bro,
was it. I knew I'd never
that
get
is
that
not
time
called
again.
doing nothing, bro.
Yeah. But I wanted to go and make money. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on.
That was just me keeping myself busy. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to go and do something in it. I
Mm.
literally wanted to make money. That's kind of why I even started I started Bad Slave and that, because and I was never really, I did little bits and pieces online videos and shit, yeah. But when I was just sitting there and it was like I can't go out, I can't do what I usually do, I was like, I need to make some money online. So I just started messing around online. Do you know what I mean? And then the rest is history.
I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. Just the idea of somebody telling me that I can't go anywhere and I need to sit down and tan in my yard
Mm-mm-mm.
when no one has told me what to do from the age of 16 years old was absurd to me.
Mm.
And when it came with the fact that I knew what this whole thing behind 5G and behind COVID was really about,
Mm.
I was like, nah, man, nah. You can, do what you can do to the world, and it's gonna change and it's gonna affect me to a certain degree, but it's not gonna stop me from moving around and doing what I need to do. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And um, one of the things that I made sure of was that I was, even if it wasn't Monday to Friday, I made sure that I was working.
Yeah.
I made sure that I stayed active. I made sure that I stayed busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I made sure that I rolled with my
Yeah. Yeah.
exemption.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't respect it, and a lot of people tried to call my bluff.
Mm.
Like, I told them I'm not wearing no mask, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's an issue, just let me know before I start my shift,
I can imagine.
and I'll go home.
I bet you had a few incidents in it
Bro,
of
there was
people.
a couple, bro. There was a couple times when I had to call my girl to just come and get me, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she knew that I was dealing with a lot of fuckery because of this. And she said to me, Mark, listen, I know that you're not just sitting on your ass not looking for work. And I know that you're having to deal with a lot of stuff because you're unjabbed, both of us are, and you're not in a position where you've been working for a couple of years like me. You understand what I'm saying? So don't feel like you have to compromise or you had to wear a mask. And if people are making it difficult for you, because you won't, if I'm not at work and I'm not at uni, don't be afraid to call me to just come and get you. Fuck those people.
Mm.
Because you're connecting with more and more agencies and you're getting more and more work now. So the way that you've got it now, I've got faith in you that you can leave that job and you'll still get work within the next 2-3 days. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And this is important in that relationship because as a man, these are things that you don't even really want to talk to your woman about. Do you understand what I'm saying? But with her being proactive and saying, look, Mark, like I know that you're dealing with a lot of bullshit. If you need me to come and but the thing is this is the key. I always paid her to pick me up and drop me from work, even though we were together.
Mm.
I made sure that I gave her that petrol money because she drove, a conservative engine. It was nippy, but it was a conservative engine. So petrol didn't cost that much. I
Mm.
would normally have to spend anywhere between 10 to 15 to 20 pound a day getting to and from home. Because remember, I'm out in Muckle. I'm not in England.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm out in the Shires. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, Rasta man in the Shires, rude
I
boy.
know them sides.
Yeah. So it's like when I'm going further into the Shires and I'm walking into town and I'm walking onto certain job sites and that certain people they've never seen an article Rasta before. They've never seen it. They've seen black guys with dreads, but it's different. You understand what I'm saying, bro? It's not the same thing, bro. Yeah. And you know me in real life, rude boy. So you know it's a different energy, cuz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's no disrespect to anybody, neither.
Nah,
Yeah.
come
A
on.
Rasta man is a Rasta man, and the energy is different.
Yeah, 100.
If you know anything about Rastafari, you know when you're in the presence of a serious Rasta man. You see me? And for the most part, people's reaction to it is just curious. It's mostly positive and it's just curious.
Mm-mm.
I don't have a problem with people's curiosity because they have questions. And remember that I stand in the office of Minister of Information for Rastafari Global Council, Great Britain chapter. It's my job to answer these questions to
Of course,
people, for
of course.
people. It's my job to educate them if they want to know more about Rastafari. I'm glad
Mm,
that you want to know more. I'm happy
mm,
to tell you more.
mm,
You understand? However, I don't have any entitlement in a country that I know is not my country. Yes, I was born here, but I know that this is a racist white country. I know that. So am I
mm.
going to get off my ass and get busy, or am I going to still be competing for gold medal in the Victim Olympics?
Yeah. I
Which
see it.
one is
Yeah.
it? All
Mm.
right, yeah, we know it's racist. What are you going to do? Are you going to hustle and work, or are you going to cry about it?
Yeah.
I like money, so I'm going to hustle and work. And you know what? Real talk, rude boy. I had my eye on a pair of Showtime clocks towards
Mm.
the end, yeah, of 2025. And I had my eye on them for like maybe summer. And I was gonna pay 250 for them. Just because, you know, when I want some things, I just want them. But I didn't. I said, no, I know that if I just wait, I'll be able to get it cheaper. Rude boy, the thing dropped to £100 to last night, and I got them today, rude boy. And I'm so happy because they say that money can't buy happiness, yeah.
Mm.
But I'm gonna be real with you.
Mm.
A fresh pair of clocks is happiness to me, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You see my daughter being able to ask me for anything she wants
Yeah.
and not feel no way.
Oh,
That's
all that money can't buy happiness talk. I don't even want to hear it.
no, but
I'll be
hear what I'm
honest with you.
saying.
I don't want to
Being
hear it.
being
Money can buy
able,
you
yeah,
happiness.
to
If you have
make
money,
sure that
come on.
my daughter has money in both her
Mm,
accounts, on her
mm.
credit, on her card, and in her pocket and in her purse. That's happiness to me.
Yeah.
And I need money for that. I'll be real with you. I'm not happy when I'm broke.
Yeah,
I promise.
yeah.
I'm sad.
Mm.
When I got money in my pocket, yeah, I feel good. You
That's it, man.
understand? So I'm
Yeah.
not saying that money directly buys happiness. The things that money helps me to facilitate bring me joy. That's what makes me happy. Being able to take care of my children and know that, you know, my child's mom can ask me for things if they need things and it ain't nothing to say. If she says, right, I need 60 or 80 or £100 for this, I can say, here's 150.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That means you can get what you need to get for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you can do both. Whatever you do with that £50 ain't none of my business. Get your hair, get your nails done, whatever. Do you
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? That's the relationship that I prefer to have while co-parenting.
Of course,
I was able to do that with both of the mothers of my children at different points. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And not so much my second children's mother, like the twins' mom. But if she
Mm.
says, right, I need, this for petrol to bring the boys them to grandma's so they can meet great grandma. I can say, all right, she says £45. I can say, right, here's 50 or here's £60.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
of
means
course.
she's covered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, boom. I like it takes money to be able to facilitate these things.
Yeah,
You
100%.
can't do it broke.
And the value of money has gone down. So you know what I mean? Money's going a lot quicker in this day and age as well.
Inflation's gone up, but
Yeah,
salary hasn't.
yeah,
Wages haven't.
exactly. Yeah,
So
and
we
it's
got to
gonna.
be more creative about finding different ways to make money, which is why I've been self-employed since I was
Yeah,
25, which is why I make sure that I have different streams of revenue so that if one slows down,
so yeah,
I can still tap into others. It's important.
yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what I teach my daughter as well. So, pardon me, I know that we live in a racist country. I know that things aren't fair. What do? I adapt.
Mm.
I don't want to be lifting bricks and cement and blocks on a building site at this age. I've got too much of this for that. So what did
Mm.
I do? I got my CSCS, traffic building site safety, and I got my traffic marshal um qualification. So now I
Mm.
can just watch the gate, or I can direct diggers with the hand signals, all the official hand signals and stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
without having to do no. No dog's body work, because
Heavy
that is a
labor,
young.
yeah.
Listen, you see that unskilled labor? That's for young men up
Yeah.
until the age of, say, 27, 28. By the time you're 27, 28, you should have your traffic marshal, or you should have another ticket that allows you to be in a skilled division that doesn't have you carrying all of this shit. Because I see men of 50, 60 years old, riddled with cancer, still doing that hard back-breaking labor on the side because they didn't pattern their life properly.
Yeah. That's it.
Like, I'm on the site making more than you, and you've been doing this for 30, 40 years. That's
So
flipping ridiculous.
so back to the subject, yeah. Do you think
Yeah.
the way all this stuff, yeah, is getting people in their emotions, yeah, and it's distracting them from actually reality of what's coming? So people are getting their emotions, but the reality of what's coming is like there's going to be a lot of struggling elderly people in the next 20, 30 years.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
I'm
for
saying.
sure. Because we've got too many benefit scroungers right now.
Yeah.
We've got too many people who don't want to work.
Mm.
We've got too many people who think, that working to live is an option, because we've got too many people getting way too much money for free that shouldn't be. Like, I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie. The fact that anytime I've had been in receipt of any kind of benefit, it has never been enough for me to survive. Yeah, and there are women that I know that are getting grands and going on holiday 2, 3 times a year, bro, and they're not doing nothing. They're just patterning.
Boy.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, the
Yeah.
thing is this. I'm not even mad at them for patterning and being able to do certain things. What I'm saying is that takes from the pot. Like, this is when I went to study for my degree, this is what I learned. And I didn't learn this until I was 29, because 29 is when I went to study for my degree.
All right.
I didn't have an opportunity before that, so I had to create my own opportunity. You see what I'm saying to you, bro?
Yeah.
About not making excuses.
Of course.
Yeah. So when I was applying for my student loan, that is when I realized that the Department of Work and Pensions, who pay benefits, is the same pot of money that pays student loans and student finance. As a tax-paying citizen that's working, how do you think I feel about people taking tens of thousands, like taking so much of my tax money to go and study something useless like gender studies so that they can go and be a fucking barista in Starbucks? That pisses me off, bruv. That pisses me off. Because I still do dangerous work now.
Yeah. Nah,
Bro,
I hear.
my hand is fucked up because I do dangerous work.
Yeah.
I don't have to. But the reason why I do some dangerous work is so that I can stay in touch with my masculinity and I can still produce testosterone. Because if I'm not putting my body under no kind of strain or stress, my testosterone production is gonna like deplete, and I'll slowly turn into a female gradually. It's not even a joke. I'm not joking. Yeah. I don't go to the gym and lift weights.
Yeah.
But I get that physical exertion from the work that I do.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I do one aspect of work that provides that for me.
Yeah. I did some laboring work in my early 20s. I remember them times there, I did not have to go to the gym.
Bro,
You know what I mean? I didn't have to.
work is the gym and at that point, bro.
Yeah, I was extremely strong because I was literally carrying blocks and moving this, and you know what I mean, I was doing physical work all day and we'd be working.
And no matter what anyone
shift.
says, bro, lifting weights at the gym will never make you stronger than working manual labor, bro. That manual labor strength is different, fam.
Of course. Well, lifting weights. The thing is,
Lifting weights
when you
makes
do
you
it,
strong. It does.
yeah,
But manual labor, bro,
of course,
is different, especially
it is.
because you're doing it every day.
Constantly. You're doing it constantly.
8 hours
Yeah,
minimum.
of course.
Most of us are knocking 16 hours out if the money's right.
Yeah. You see it. So
We'll do a couple of those a week.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Straight. I'll do double the money today. I love it when they come and say, Mark, you fancy an extra? Fuck yes. You know I love money. You know I love money. But hear what I'm saying. I've already completed one and it was short notice. So you make them other guys know that they're doing the majority of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Up.
Like me, you make them know that they're doing the majority because I've done knocked out a shift already. You understand? I'm helping them out because they're undermanned. Yeah. Make them know that. If they know that and everyone knows, cool, no problem. You get me? And that's why my agencies love me, bro.
Yeah.
Like if there's work on Christmas Day, blood, I'm going to work.
100%.
They're gonna have to send a cab to pick me up and send me home. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Day, that's either quadruple or quintuple pay. I'm there.
Come on.
Whatever time, 3, 4 a.m., I'm there.
That's it.
Me not celebrate Christmas.
Come on.
But me love that Christmas money.
Mm.
Oh, without I need things and she expensive.
Mm.
And she's not expensive because she asks for things. She's expensive because she exists.
That's it.
That's it, bro. And that expense is my responsibility. Nobody else's.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, that's why I grind, bro. But I never sit down waiting for handouts. I never complain about what other people are getting when I'm not getting up to go out and get it for myself. I never complain about what this person's getting compared to what I'm getting.
Yeah.
No. But what I will say is if I'm working and I'm paying my tax and national insurance and this person's made no contribution, how the fuck are they getting that over there? And I'm having to fight you just to get what I've already paid for and invested and contributed.
Yeah.
I had to make up noise about that, fam.
Mm.
And it's only when I started making up certain noise and kicking off certain ways that certain things started happening. So I'm like, you could have been doing this the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
You're literally taking these liberties and hoping that man don't kick up a fuss so that you can take it from the citizens who work and pay to give it to whatever plan or agenda you want to give it to.
So the experience do you think lots of British citizens are being dealt with the same way, like throughout the
100%.
country? Yeah. So this is so there is some claim to being like so, especially with housing,
benefits, everything, even
Yeah.
employment.
Yeah.
We get people that want to work. We got young people that want to work and they can't work because everyone's hiring everyone else that wasn't born here.
Yeah.
Everyone's affected by this. Yes, it affects the citizens of the country. My mother, my father, my daughter, my sons, we're citizens here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Not just none of us ain't first generation neither. Our forefathers paid tax and national insurance. My grandparents didn't come over here and claim nothing.
Do you think though, a lot of the reasons why they are suffering, especially in Britain, is because a lot of British-owned businesses have been sold on. British local-owned shops, you know what I mean? British-owned bakers, butchers' shops have been replaced by like franchise shops like Greggs and Subway and shit like that. Yeah, lots of different things that used to be about back in the day that don't exist anymore. Do you know what I mean? Do you think this is kind of what's happened where a lot of British businesses have sold up where that could have been businesses that could have been handed to their kids or kept in the family?
No, I don't think that's got nothing to do with it because that's the nature of business. And
Yeah.
people always talk about, oh, you shouldn't sell out, it shouldn't sell out. The nature of business is you build something, you raise it to a certain amount of value. When people start showing a certain amount of interest, you sell it and you build something else. You're the builder. If you did it once, you can do it again. You understand? And even before I started learning about business, ultimately, listen, if Mind's Eye Media Group takes off and it does certain things and it attracts certain level of interest, I'll sell it if the offer is big enough because I'm the creator. I can do it again.
Of course.
You understand? But I can do even better having the capital to start off with that I never had before.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the nature of business. All of this stuff was getting done back in the day when our grandparents were migrating over here or being contracted to come over here like my grandparents were.
Yeah.
And that was happening then. They made money. Don't get it twisted. It was easier to make money in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s if you had decent work ethic. As long as you were willing to work and you weren't lazy, you could have money and things. Yeah? Society has increased inflation and not reflected the salaries to reflect that. So Now we're in a day and age where people are working full time and they're still having to go to the food bank. And I think that's a fucking disgrace. I don't care what job you do for a living. If you're working full time, you should be able to afford a roof over your head, food, shut water, utilities, and a couple of luxuries. Maybe not expensive ones, but if you work Monday to Friday and you're actually working at least 8 hours, you deserve to be able to have everything that you need and some of the things that you want. If you want to have everything that you want, work harder and make more money. But anyone who's willing to get up off their ass, get up out their bed, get up in the morning, go to work every single day, do a full shift, 8 hours minimum, and come home, they deserve to have everything they need and some of the things they want.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth, and having to go to food banks like they're not working people. They shouldn't have to share a space with people who don't work.
Yeah. So what I want to know, so how has it come to a point, yeah? So people can come from a different country, right? And end up with things, end up living comfortable, yeah? End up
There's
with,
two ways it
right?
can happen.
Yeah.
One, there's a section of people coming over here just getting bare freebies.
From who? From just
From the government, bruv.
And it's just a government policy, so you just turn up.
That's
So
that. That's one part.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another part where people are coming over and practicing group economics and
Okay.
working together within their own culture and community and rising up and elevating.
All right.
Yeah. So there's two parts of it. The second part, I don't have no problem with.
Yeah.
The second part is something everybody should be doing.
Yeah.
The first part is fuckery that we don't control. But remember what I told you what the aim is? To create another underclass that they can employ and leave us unemployed to make us dependent upon a state income that they control. And what's going to happen is soon they're going to implement that social credit score like they're doing in China. This is all leading towards that. This is why I took my time to break down everything coming to this point of the conversation, bro. There's a reason why this is happening. You feel me? This is why all the context I provided with everything that I said before, I delivered it in that order on purpose to get to this point right here. It's all by design. Everyone coming over and doing well is not a scrounger. Some people are coming over with no family, no connections, and just doing it all from the muscle and getting rich. And you want me to tell you something? You see those people? I salute those people, and I feel slightly embarrassed because they came from less than what I had and came over and they're doing better because they had more hunger, motivation, and hustle than me. I feel slightly ashamed. I look at those people and say, I ain't got no excuses. I got to pattern up this year. Facts.
Oh, come on.
That's why I said there's two sides and we need to make sure that we don't conflate them both. Remember what I said about conflating issues?
Yeah.
Everything needs to go in its own box so that we have order.
100%. But I think people will be very interested. So this is the thing. Like, so say I like put myself in the shoes of a man. I've just come off a fucking dinghy boat. I've just got washed up to Dover, made it to shore. Right? What happens next? How do I go about getting this? Do you know, or is it certain people that are entitled to it? Is it certain people are selected to get this? You know what I mean? And it's brought in a more, maybe just flown in and housed, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or is it a case of I could just turn up from a dinghy boat, walk into a housing office or walk into wherever and get set up? How would that work? Do you know?
Well, you know what? This is something really. I'm glad that you asked that question because it reminded me to touch on something that a lot of people are missing. Yeah. You see, everyone that makes it over here on a dinghy, they are not the broke people of where they came from. They had to pay a lot of money to people to get on that dinghy. So these are a lot of the time very pardon me. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of the time these are very educated, accomplished people.
Yeah.
Working in prominent positions that are spending their life savings to come over here seeking a better opportunity. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah. And they have careers. But when they come over here, they have to sweep the streets if they want to work. There's a lot of people like that. And I speak to a lot of them. And what I try to do is garner some wisdom from them. Now, after having said that, I'm going to say what I would do from my point of view if I was in that situation. So from I'm coming over here, yeah, I already know that no matter what country you're going to in the Western world, there's going to be a community of people that come from where you come from.
Yeah.
Before I come over to England, I'm going to talk to my family and say, yo, who we got who we got over there? Whoever we got in England. Yeah? It don't matter if we're not that connected. Just let me know who we got over there. All right, give me their number or give me their Facebook. Yo, cuz, wagwan. I'm trying to pattern a thing, I'm coming over to England soon. Hear what I'm saying? What do I do when I get over there? Yeah? And where's the community? What's the area that a lot of our people live in? Where should I head to? Where's the mosque that our people go to? You understand? Where's the church? Where's the Ethiopian Orthodox Church? Where are these things so that as soon as I land, I can go there and say, listen, you know that from I made it over here, I weren't broke before I came, but I am now. Yeah? I need work. Who's got it? You understand what I'm saying? I need to make money immediately. Yeah, I'm trying to pattern up with benefits and all of that, but that takes time. I need money. I need work. Who's got it? Who can give me some work under the table? Bro, go and talk to brother such and such. Go and talk to the imam. Go and talk to pastor such and such. You know what I mean? You might even be able to get a job as a gardener, cleaning up the church or you might get a job as a caretaker, cleaning up the mosque for now. It won't pay a lot, but you have a little something. You have a little money in your pocket for the week. You get me? Then boom, we put you on this course, we put you on that course, boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. You get your driver's license, boom, you can be a cabman now. Twos, you know what I mean? Because they've had a life over there, they've got credit. You understand? Good credit is international. They brought their good credit rating over here. Now that a lot of them are driving taxis and Uber.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of them are patterning that way. They're not just getting everything.
Yeah.
And these are things that are not taken into account. So anytime I have an Uber driver, I've never had a bad Uber driver or a bad experience with Uber. And most of them have been foreigners. Most of the time we have wonderful conversations and they're good people.
Yeah.
I end up tipping them most of the time. And sometimes when I don't tip them, it's just because I ain't got it.
Yeah. Like me, I know a lot of foreign people and you know what I mean? Mostly good people. So I think a lot of the whole thing where obviously there's a backlash against illegals and whatever, more time, a lot of people don't know where they're directing their anger at anyway. Do you know what I mean? And
the anger is actually legitimate, but it is misdirected.
100%.
You need to be angry at the government of your country.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a job, you need to be angry at yourself.
Yeah. It's true.
Because none of these people coming over is stopping you from getting a fucking job.
That's true.
Sometimes you can't do what you want. Sometimes you have to do what you have to so that you can finance and facilitate doing what you want. That means I didn't necessarily want to work as a welfare laborer or a cleaner, but I worked in those positions so that I could pay for my courses to upskill myself.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
So that I could invest in myself. And I built relationships. Like one of my agencies, I don't know if I spoke to you, I said this before on one of our episodes, but I'm going to say it now. While I was out in the Shires, I want to salute Forest Green Agency. They operate in London as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
Forest Green Agency took me on as a welfare labourer during lockdown.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what a welfare labourer is, a welfare labourer is a cleaner on a building site who may not necessarily have a CSCS building site safety. So they're not allowed on the sites, on the parts of the site where, construction takes place, but we clean everywhere in and around there. Yeah. Now, this is during lockdown, during the middle of the ping-demic. Do you remember them time there, bro? Right. Now, that was peak. Yeah? Now, I come from Jamaica. These people were paying me good money. Yeah? And one thing about me is this. I don't try to skimp on the work. You see, if you're paying me good money, I'm going to do my job thoroughly. And you see, if you're paying a Jamaican good money to clean, we're going to make sure say your place bomber clot clean.
Of course.
Now, I was covering for an old man who lives near the site, who'd gone on holiday. It's a convenient job for him. He lives next door to the site. He's retired, keeps him active. Everyone loves him. He's good at his job. But he's not as thorough as I am. And he's old, you know what I mean? But he's a nice guy. I liked him. So the first day, he showed me the ropes. After he showed me the ropes, it was easy. I broke down my whole routine. I did my things in rounds. Yeah? Now, because of social distancing, I had to do my job in between breaks. I couldn't be in the canteen when everyone's having lunch in the canteen.
Yeah.
I had to clean before and after they're in the canteen.
Seen.
Now, the difference between me and the old man is that when I used to come in there, you see every handle on every window, on every door was getting wiped down, blood. So they liked me there because they're like, no, this guy's serious. He's not ramping when it comes to the cleanliness in this place. And he takes pride in it. Yeah, it was a humble, lowly position, but that was my job. And I wasn't unemployed. And it's what I could get during lockdown. And it allowed me to have some dignity. So I took pride in being a welfare labourer. And I let them know because a lot of them didn't really have that much experience with Jamaican culture. And I just said, look, you guys treat me very well. You're very nice to me. I have brilliant conversations with everyone on all levels, from the top to the bottom, because they started to realize I'm more than just a cleaner. I have Mind's Eye Media Group. I make natural products. I gave them samples. Some of them became customers.
Yeah, okay.
You understand what I'm saying, Rude Boy? So they realized that I do so much more than this, and this is what I'm doing in my free time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, what do you want to do? I said, boy, to be real with you, I just want to get my traffic marshal, and that will put me on a higher, you know, on a higher level of earning. I'm not trying to do this for too long.
Yeah.
And they were like, listen, man, you know, like, I like how you go about things, and we like your attitude. Like, you come in, you do your job properly, and you take your time. Like, you go and take your breaks when you feel like it. You're relaxed. You know what I mean? We know that, you know, some of us know that you go away and smoke weed, but you're 100% professional. You never smell of it when you come in. Your eyes aren't red. I told them, yeah, I'm going to buy my spliff. I'll be back. You know what I mean? But the thing is this. I say all of that to say this. The guys from my agency sat me down, asked me to come in, sat me down and said, Mark, everywhere that we send you, within half an hour, 45 minutes, we get a phone call saying, this guy's brilliant. Can I book him for the next 3 weeks? Boom, boom, boom. Like, what is it that you're doing, bro? And I just said, bro, I'm just doing my job. But I'm getting paid decently, and I'm just doing my job properly, and I'm not trying to make no friends. I come in, I do my job, I get my stuff done, and I said, and the balance is, I disappear and I take my breaks when I feel like it. Nobody says anything. Nobody complains because I do my job so well. So they're like, Mark, you know, is there anything that you want? What do you want, man? What can we do to make this a nicer arrangement for you? Because when it comes to our star players, we like to look after our star players, man. And you ain't asked us for nothing. You just come in. And all this feedback, we need to do something for you. What do you need? I said, look, I want to pay for my traffic marshal and my CSCS. I said, if you guys pay for my traffic marshal and my CSCS, I'm still letting you know that I'm a mercenary. Wherever the money is better, that's where I'm going. However, I'll take less money for better treatment and better relationships. If you pay for these things for me, I am more inclined to turn people down who may offer me more money because you invested in me. And you gave me what I want and saved me from having to pay for it myself. So if you're offering me £20 an hour or £25 an hour and someone's offering me £30 an hour when you're offering me 25, I'll say no to that £30 an hour because you paid for this for me. I didn't ask you, you asked me what I want. That earns you some degree of loyalty from me. But I'm still a mercenary. If they're offering me £40 an hour, mate, you can do one. And they both looked at each other. They looked at me and they just started laughing. They said, Mark, they said, nobody's ever given it to us so straight. They said, do you know where these courses are? Do you know how much they cost? I went in my email. I showed them the courses, and they were like, "Fuck me, you found a great deal." They're like, "We'll pay for this, and we'll give you another £200. We'll give you another 2 days. We'll pay you another 2 days as well, bruv. We expected the courses to cost more than this, and you're gonna be doing them at home remotely." Whatnot. I said, "Yeah." They said, "No problem, man. We got you." Yeah. And we're gonna pay you an extra 2 days as well, simply because of the fact that what you're asking for isn't a lot, and you told us exactly what you want. I said, "Thank you." They paid for my thing, bro. Saved me some money, increased my salary while I was there by about £3 an hour. So I was making £17. They increased it to £20 an hour.
Yeah.
This is during lockdown, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying, Rebo? This is while I'm out in the shires, and I'm literally trying to make my connections and build my relationships so I can earn my value in that community. Every man where you live, you must earn your value in that community, bro. You understand what I'm saying? If it's completely far away from where you were living, you're going to have to start from scratch.
Yeah, of course.
Agencies are one of the best routes to go about it. Sign up to 5 or 6 of them. Sign up to 7 or 8 of them. Leave assignments when there's more money available at a new assignment. Don't show them no loyalty unless they do something for you, like what one of my agencies did for me. Then, because of that, I owe them a degree of loyalty by my standards. So I turned down more lucrative work to work with these guys because business is about nurturing and fostering relationships. They did a solid for me. I'm going to give them a return on their investment, and I'm going to pay them back for that by turning down that more lucrative. And the thing is, I will show them. Like, yo, I'm turning down £30 an hour to do this £25 an hour for you guys, you know? I'll show them the email. I'll show them the booking. And I'll show them me saying, "No, thanks, I'm already booked." You understand what I'm saying? These things help to solidify your relationship. So you see, when people make up all these excuses, understand that I'm a man that's been in and out of homelessness from the age of 16 years old. I grew up without my parents. I was the child that nobody wanted. And nobody's ever heard me come on the internet and make a fucking excuse. My daughter lost her mum in 2023 to cancer, a week before her 16th birthday. On the day that her mum died, I had to take her to school to get her GCSE results. On her birthday, exactly a week after her mum died, was her first day at Brixton. I told her that she doesn't have to go in. She said, "Dad, I'm going in." My daughter's not made no excuses. This summer, when she finished, she's part of the most successful year of academic achievement in the history of Brixton. And her name is up there on the website. The only reason why she's not there in the photo with her classmates is because she was at my father's funeral with me that day, who also died of cancer. And she loved her granddad. So she's lost these 2 people to cancer within 2 years. And all she's had is her dad since then. And she ain't made no excuses. She's now at university thriving, studying for a Bachelor of the Sciences. I'm so proud. Anything that she asked for, just charge it to the bank of dad. I'll pay for it. I make sure that she gets her hair done every 4 to 6 weeks. I book those appointments, or I give her the money to book it herself. She loves her stylist. Her stylist does very well, so I tip her well. Oh, you know what? Can I plug her stylist, bro?
Of course you can, man.
All right. I want to big up Vanessa, yeah? From Empress Boutique. All right? Because in the first batch of Natural Luxury, she was one of the first people to make an order. Yeah? And she ordered 4 jars. And that was 2020. She was one of the first people to support me. I've been looking for a reason to support her and put some money into her business ever since. She's now done my daughter's hair twice. My daughter loves her. Yeah? So I want to big up Vanessa from Empress Boutique. Thank you so much. You're my daughter's stylist. And you're my new stylist now. I'll be booking with you either today or tomorrow for my wash and retwist. She's my new loctician as well.
We know about the last one. We won't get into it. You know what I mean?
My last loctician got fired, and that's all I'm gonna say, bro. And I want to say this as well. She's a great loctician. Her services ain't the reason why she got fired. And I'm not going to talk about what the reasons were, but she was my loctician for 6 years for a reason. She's brilliant at what she does. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's fired.
There we go.
And Vanessa is my loctician now.
Okay.
All right.
So do you think, yeah, see a lot of these people, like what you described, like your daughter going through, yeah, it's quite, it is a lot, yeah. You know what I mean? And to still get on with it and that, you know what I mean? And still go through and do all these things and go to, you know what I mean? I never made it to uni, do you know what I mean? To be in you know what I mean? So do you think a lot of people are just making excuses? You know what I mean? A lot of these people nowadays, you think it's just, you know, like.
The vast majority of people are making excuses.
Yeah.
My daughter don't make excuses because she saw that her dad didn't make excuses.
Okay, so they
She
learn
knew
from.
that dad didn't have the money to make things happen, but somehow, miraculously, but dad made it happen. And
Yeah.
obviously, somehow I had to make the money to make it happen.
Mm.
My daughter knows I don't make no excuses. I raised her to make no excuses. She don't make no excuses. She weren't making no excuses at 15 years old. So when I hear people trying to go for gold medal at the Victim Olympics in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
My daughter inspires me. My daughter reminds me that I can't make no excuses.
Yeah.
She's 18 now. She's winning.
Yeah.
She's made me have to check myself and say, yo, you can't have her outperforming you, dad.
Yeah.
She's looking up to you. No, I'm dead serious, bro.
Happens, man. It does happen. I ain't gonna lie. It does happen. Your kids
My
get
daughter's patterned up, bro.
Yeah, that's what happens, bro. If they get to a certain age, and like, yeah, even some of my friends' kids, bro. Some of my friends' kids are they're out there doing their thing,
They're doing things, making us proud.
doing things, bro. Owning businesses, and you know, you understand. And
Trust.
so it is one of them ones where, yeah, like then to be honest, big up the next generation doing their thing in it. But like you said, in it, it gets to the point where your kids start gaining on you. Do you know what I mean? Start gaining on you, and it's like shit. It gets to a certain point where you know they might overtake you. Do you know what I mean? It happens.
Well,
You know
this is
I mean?
what we want
Of
eventually.
course,
We
of
want
course.
our children to do better. So we try to set a foundation and build a legacy so that they don't grow up stepping into and inheriting nothing like we did
Yeah,
and having to figure everything out from scratch.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my daughter, her trajectory, her natural path, because she's a daddy's girl, because she wants to be like her dad, I'm still her hero at 18 years old. And she told me that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people can't really say that about their children won't necessarily say that about them. And pardon me, even if my daughter didn't necessarily, even if my daughter said that somebody was a hero and it wasn't me, but it's someone that I look at and say, okay, I respect that, I wouldn't feel no way. But she said, I'm her hero.
Yeah.
She still wants to be just like me. This is after Brit school. This is going into uni. This is during the period where I lost my dad and I was staying at his place in West London, and she was coming to stay with me a couple days a week. You understand? We even got to go to carnival. She got to do carnival as an adult for the first time because it was a couple days before her 18th birthday. This year, carnival falls on her 19th birthday. She said, Dad, I want to do carnival with you next year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, boy, next year, you actually will be an adult. You understand what I'm saying? And the way that you move this year, I'm sure Leon won't mind you rolling with us again this year. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to enjoying more of my daughter's late adolescence, last days of adolescence, because you know adolescence is up to like 21. Yeah. And I'm just so proud of her growth, of her development, of her accomplishments, of the person that her mother and I have cultivated, how
Yeah.
she views the importance of serving her community. Like right now, she works as a grants panelist, making £16 5 pence an hour. She's been doing that for a year.
Okay.
That's her first job on official payroll.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's a contract for a year, particularly for young people. So it's almost over now. But that was her first salary. So
Yeah.
from there, she can say, I just told her, once you're earning a certain amount, you don't take less than that.
Yeah.
£16 5 pence is the minimum now. It has to be higher than that now. And don't worry, I will financially support you if it becomes like if people don't want to pay you that. I'll financially support you. Don't worry. You don't take less than that because that's what's on your resume. We don't take less. We don't go down. We only go up. You feel me?
Mm-mm.
So, you know what I mean? That was a year, and that was while she was still in Brit school. Now she's completed that course, so now she's more qualified than she was before. So my daughter serves the community, and um part of her educational path has been connected to her serving the community. But I'll just let her know that, listen, don't make your educational path focused on serving the community. We can serve the community. Make your educational path focused on what you love and make sure that it's lucrative. Strike the balance.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it can't be all the way what you love if what you love don't make no money.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah? I fell into the trap of serving my community and not serving myself enough. Don't you make the same mistake.
I hear that. Yeah, yeah, of course, of
Because
course.
when you're broke and you're looking around, trust me, that's when you realize I've been there. You don't have to. I worked at minimum wage in retail, so you didn't have to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will remember that I take her to work with me. That includes event photography, Man's Eye Media Group, Media Solutions. I care for the old man downstairs. I've been
Mm-mm.
doing that for 4 years, but now I'm actually getting a carer's allowance for it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Anytime she comes over to help me tidy up his room or his space or whatever, I pay her. So
Yeah,
she's got at least 16 to 18 hours of care work service working with me under her belt, getting paid minimum £10 per hour,
yeah, yeah.
with her travel and per diem getting paid for as well. The £10 an hour is the minimum she's been getting paid from me since she started coming to work with me when she was 7 years old in 2014, bro.
Sing.
So I told her that's the you don't take anything less than that, and she didn't.
See, this is a good way of parenting. Like I think this is a good way of, because this is how it used to be. It's like a traditional way as well. You kind of bring your kids into the family business, and like it gives them so much. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so much good influence. Like I think if your kids don't see you working, the fact that your kids see you working, it's something different. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times we just see our parents go off to work. Yeah. But I think when you go to work with your dad, it's a different, do you see what I'm saying? Because you're going out of curiosity at first, but as a kid, you're absorbing all that information. Do you know what I mean? And then you get to a certain age now, and now you're like a pro. Do you see what I'm saying? And then you get to carry on the family business, which in effect is what you're slowly bringing back, doing what you're doing. Do you
I'm
know what
not
I mean?
bringing it back. It never left. You understand?
No.
People been doing this and they're doing it better than me.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about what it is that I'm actually doing. And the
Yeah. Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
why I'm saying this is because it's easy to criticize people making excuses and whatnot, rare tear, but what are you doing? What are
Mm-mm.
you doing for the next generation? What are you doing for your children? What are you teaching them? And the reason why I mention these things is not because I'm flexing. It's because I want to show people that I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. Raising a daughter in this day and age is one of the scariest things ever, bro.
Mm-mm.
It's scary, it's terrifying, bro. You understand? I give thanks to the Most High that I have the relationship with my daughter that I have. But daddy's girls are not born, they're made.
Mm-mm.
My daughter knew my voice when she was in the womb because I sang to her. I read to her. I read her scriptures. I read her knowledge. I read her history. You understand? I sang hymns. I sang Sanchez. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and the whole time that I've spoken to her, even when she was in the womb, even as a baby, up till now has not changed. I still speak to her the same way, like an intelligent person who can understand what I'm saying to her, as long as I use plain English. Terra, I've got to step out for a second, bro.
No worries, bro. No worries, man. It's been a
Can you hold the
wicked.
fort till I come back?
How long you got to go for?
Give me about 5 minutes.
You know what? Let's lock it off. We'll carry on, man.
All right, we're gonna what tomorrow?
We can do tomorrow, bro. We got a good what, hour and a half at least.
Tomorrow,
Anyway. Do you know what I mean? And
tomorrow, because I gotta
yeah,
go deal with this, bro.
yeah. No worries, no worries. But yeah, it's been a good one anyway, man. So
Salute, my G.
yeah, no,
You done
respect.
know the Bad
Anytime,
Slave
anytime.
Podcast, episode 8, part 3 with Brixton Jesus.
Come on, come on,
Rastafari.
come on.
Hold on. Before I go,
Yep,
feed the hungry, lead the blind, heal the
yep.
sick, protect the vulnerable, serve your community. Rastafari.